Hey everybody, Mrs. KJ here. Today is your chance to earn back up to 3 points on the 3.09 quiz. As always, have your cheat sheets, calculator, pen, paper ready. Why does pop freeze at a lower temperature than water? So yeah, pop will still freeze. If I move my webcam out of the way here, you can see this picture, which of course I stole off the internet, but I cited it. But why does pop freeze at a lower temperature? Sometimes you might even leave it outside, like on your deck if you're having a party to keep it cool, and water will freeze, which you know because it's sitting in a snowbank, but the pop won't. Why not? So hit pause, think of your answer. The molecules of the solute in the pop solution, so for example, the water, the sugar, all the chemicals, basically get in the way of the water molecules making perfect crystals, and therefore it takes a lower energy level for the pop to freeze. So we talked about our molecules like our liquids moving around, our solids are slow and vibrating, but for water, they have to line up perfectly. And think of like that salt's in the way, and so it's like, oh, get out of my way. Nope, calm down. There I go, and get into position. So if you look at this picture up in the top left corner, we can see that the liquid water, the molecules are all over, but the solid has that nice pattern, which we've talked about before is why snowflakes always have 6 sides, because of how nicely the water molecules line up. Remember, solutions have blank properties than when you have the pure solvent. So do solutions have the same or different properties than just the solvent? Well, if you think about it this way, the solvent like water, and you're comparing it to a solution like pop, yeah, I would say they definitely are different, right? So specific qualities that we talk about are the boiling and freezing points. So remember, solutions have different properties than when you have a pure solvent. For example, changing the boiling point by blank it. So if we have a solution compared to just pure water or a solvent, is the solution's boiling point going to be higher, so raising the boiling point, or lower? And it is going to be raising it. And we call this boiling point raising, but what's the word that we use? Boiling point elevation. So boiling point elevation is the fact that your solution is going to boil at a higher temperature than the solvent. Assuming our solvent is water, it would be at 100 degrees Celsius. So remember, solutions have different properties than when you have the pure solvent. Some of these include changing the boiling point by raising it, boiling point elevation, or what are we going to do to the freezing point? Raise it or lower it? And it's going to lower it, and this is called freezing point. If it's lowered, it is called depression. So freezing point lowering or depressed, so we call it freezing point depression. All right, let's do some math problems. How much would 5 moles of sugar change the freezing point of 1 kilogram of water? Now remember, you have this on your cheat sheet. So it mentions colligative properties are unique for each solvent. And it gives us a few examples here: water, acetic acid, benzene, and phenol, which is an alcohol. We have our KF. So each solvent has its own value, K, for the addition of specific amounts of solute will change the freezing point, boiling point, or vapor pressure. We're only dealing with freezing and boiling points. The units for K are degrees Celsius divided by molality, where lowercase italicized m is the molal concentration of the solution. So we have F and B. What do the F and B stand for? F is freezing, so you use this column when we're talking about freezing. B is boiling. For example, for every mole of solute, the freezing point of 1 kilogram of water will change by negative 1.86 degrees Celsius. You can calculate the effect of a solute on a solvent's temperature by multiplying the K value times the molality. All right, so elevation in boiling point, we're going to use our delta, which means change in our temperature of boiling, equals the K value for boiling times the molality, or the depression in freezing point is the delta, so the change in the temperature of freezing. We find that by using the K value for freezing times the molality. And how do you find molality? You have a cheat sheet for that. So your cheat sheet for molality is the moles of solute, I'm totally checking my screen to make sure I say it right, divided by kilograms of solvent. All right, so let's go ahead and do our problem. How much would 5 moles of sugar change the freezing point of 1 kilogram of water? We want to write what we know. So what is our KF and what is our molality? All right, so the liquid we're using is water, and we want KF. So our KF value is the negative 1.86 degrees Celsius divided by molality. And what is our molality? So moles of solute divided by kilograms of solvent. 10 divided by 1, a nice easy one. So what's your overall answer? Put it into your equation, and we get negative 1.86 degrees Celsius times 10 moles per kilogram equals negative 18.60 degrees Celsius lower. So lower than it was before. Now, what is the freezing point of water in degrees Celsius? It's 0. So instead of it freezing at 0 degrees, it's going to freeze at negative 18.6 degrees Celsius. If you're wondering why the moles canceled off, I actually forgot part of my unit. Our KF unit is divided by molality. And so that is how we are going to cancel off our moles per kilogram because it's divided by molality. So I did forget that on there. Sorry about that. Update it really quickly. But that's how you're only left with degrees Celsius because the dividing by molality cancels off the moles per kilogram. All right, let's do another one. What would the boiling point of 5 moles of sugar in 2 kilograms of water be? If you can do this one on your own, please hit pause and try it. So first things first, write down what we know. What is our KB and what is our molality? So our KB, again, we're using water. So this time we're going to use our boiling. So our 0.512. And our molality is what? Moles of solute divided by kilograms of solvent. So we are going to have our 5 moles divided by our 2 kilograms to get our molality of 2.5 moles per kilogram. So what will our answer be? We need to use our equation for boiling point. And really, they're the exact same equation, right? You just got to make sure that you're using the right K value. So we are going to take our KB times our molality. And so we're going to take a 0.512 degrees Celsius per molality times 2.5 moles per kilogram equals 1.28 degrees Celsius. However, if you give me this answer, it's going to be wrong. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, but that's where we stopped when we did the freezing. Yeah, but the freezing point of water is 0. So we just wanted to know how much below 0 it was. What's the boiling point of water? The boiling point is 100 degrees. So if I'm asking you at the boiling point, it's not going to be 1.28. It's going to be freezing, almost freezing at that temperature, right? So what do we have to do to get our final answer? So the 1.28 degrees Celsius is how much the boiling point increased. Water boils at what temperature? 100 degrees Celsius. So our final answer is take your 100 plus whatever your elevation or change in temperature is, which is going to give you 101.28. So 100 plus 1.28 degrees Celsius. As always, if you have questions on this or anything else, please let me know. To get your points, you have to email me 3.09. Include the questions in your email responses, please. Number 1, what would the boiling point of 0.36 moles of salt in 1.89 kilograms of water be? So a lot of people add salt when they're going to boil water. So this is about 2 teaspoons of salt in 2 quarts of water. So think about like if you're making spaghetti. So again, I tried to pick some numbers that kind of mean something. And this will be interesting, I figured, to see, well, how much does adding 2 teaspoons of salt to 2 quarts of water make in the temperature you need to boil the water? Salt water freezes at a higher or lower temperature than pure water. Why? Try to write it in your own words. Try to write it without looking. I know you can Google it, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I don't want to Google the answer. I want you to just kind of explain it in a way that you're like, oh yeah, when you are 50 years old and you're out putting salt on your sidewalk, you will know why you're doing that. All right, which by the way is bad for the environment. So I really shouldn't be encouraging that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right, so on that note, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's it. Bye.